So right now I am recording with the onboard microphone on my camera, which is the Panasonic Lumix GH4. I'm speaking louder than I usually would because I know that the microphone on this camera that's built in is not that good. I have my microphone levels set to 0 right now. So this probably doesn't sound that good, so let's switch over to the Lavalier microphone and see how that sounds in comparison. So I believe this microphone was designed for smartphones, so if you want to use this with a traditional camera or with a computer, you're going to want to use this converter that's included in this tiny little bag with 2 extra wind jammers included that you can swap out in case this one gets damaged. But yeah, so I just made that mistake when I tried to plug in the microphone and the audio levels did not work whatsoever. So if the audio levels aren't working, just make sure to use this converter and plug it in, and then plug this into your camera with the converter. So with the sound levels set to 0, I have to whisper, otherwise the microphone clips. So you're going to want to lower the microphone volume on your camera. My camera goes as low as -12, so let's do that. So right now I have the lavalier microphone clipped into my shirt. I reduced the levels, but they're getting uncomfortably close to redlining. But it's still manageable. It's not actually peaking from what I can tell. And right now I'm using it without the extension cable, and as you can see when I switch to the iPhone camera, gracefully held by my sister, you can see that the cable is curving towards me. So it reaches me comfortably, but there's not enough length for me to put it under my shirt to make it a little more concealed than it currently is. So I'm going to plug in the extension cable, so I can do that right now, and you'll see what that looks like. Make sure you unplug the converter and then plug in the extension cable, and then make sure you have the converter on the end so you don't have that same issue that I mentioned before where you'll get no audio from your camera whatsoever if you don't have this converter on it at the end. So make sure the last thing that's plugged in before plugging into your camera is the converter. Now the cable is routed into my shirt and it's a lot more incognito. Currently it's touching my skin, so hopefully there isn't a lot of rustling or movement that you can hear that translates through the microphone. This is what it sounds like if you're making contact with your shirt and if you do any hand movements, so you can know what it's like in a real world situation where there's a lot of movement going on. Now, as you can see from the B cam, there's a lot more slack. The cable is fully touching the floor with a lot of room. I could be comfortably a little bit further from the camera and still have the wire going through my shirt so that you can't entirely see it. But yeah, so hopefully this audio test was useful. If you have any additional questions, please leave them down below in the comments. I might make a follow-up video if there are enough requests for certain tests. Okay, I just need to say the thank you, subscribe, and everything.
Thank you, and subscribe to my channel down below. Peace.
Thanks, Dan Deezy.